commercial applications you went to Japan, or what
This
kind of product did you enter the Japanese market, or what was the story behind the cooperation?
those were materials we were offering to our partners in Japan. So the fibers are like a byproduct, and you need to find the application for it. So we need the application partners on the other hand to develop final commercial product based on our nanofibers.
And this is what you are doing in Japan?
Yeah, this is what we were and we are doing in Japan.
How did you find a partner in Japan?
Actually, in 2011, I was invited by JETRO to Nanotech Japan. Is one of the biggest nanotechnology event in the world, and Paradigm actually was selected as one of the potential partners for Japanese market. So I was invited there, and I had several meetings with potential partners. In 2012, we went there together with Czech Invest and other companies from the Czech Republic. We had a Czech pavilion there, or Czech booth, where Czech companies were presenting their products based on nanotechnology. And those were like our activities in Japanese market, actually going directly to Nanotech Japan, presenting our products there.
So out of this participation in these conferences, you managed to find a partner for cooperation, or how did it end it?
We did have find some partners. We tested our samples with Panasonic, Toshiba, I think, and we developed some materials for them, but they didn't fit to their product portfolio, or they didn't meet their criteria. So those projects were like closed down for the moment because they didn't have budget. Actually, they were interested in new material, but they didn't have budget for like product development. So we are intensively looking for some other partners in Japanese market. We're closely cooperating with Mitsui. They are very interested in our technologies as well. So, but again, this company needs a final product to bring it to the market. So it's a little bit different story. We have materials and we are looking for partners to finish product development. Mitsui is looking for end product, and then they are able to bring it to the market.
And with Panasonic and the other company, you basically tried to search for the final product, and there was not enough budget. But can you imagine that they would maybe revive it, or do you think that there could be further cooperation, or it's 100% closed?
There is always open door for collaboration, and what we can provide our customers and our partners is that we can actually tune the parameters of our fibers to meet their specific requirements. This is our advantage. So once we send a standard sample to our partner, they can actually test it, evaluate, and then they can come back to us and say, look, we would like to have thinner or thicker fibers, shorter or longer fibers. We would like to have higher surface area or lower surface area. So we are actually able to develop new materials and tune its parameters to meet their requirements.
So this is what was coming from these Japanese companies. They had already these comments and demands how to change
they had comments, but they say sorry, if you had to develop the material, you wouldn't be able to do it for free, and they wouldn't be able to pay for that. So they need to find budget, and then we can come back to the collaboration and to further development.
And what kind of commercial application did they have in mind?
There were some thin films for I think touch screens. It was one of the applications.
Mm-hmm. And if I may ask, what was the cooperation in terms of communication and the management? Was it somehow different from other projects that you maybe managed in other parts of the world?
it is quite different, especially the language barrier it's quite big. You know what I've personally experienced at Nanotech, Japan, it actually shocked me because when we were there presenting at our booth, we had all signs, all the names in English, and people would just walk around and ignore us. Once we have translated few slides into Japanese and put it on our booth, people would come by and they were starting reading what we are doing, and then they were able to talk to us. But it took a while, so they are very, very, I would say, conservative. They are very afraid of speaking to you, speaking English to you, because I always make fun of Japanese, and I went to Cleveland last week or 2 weeks ago, and there was a Japanese company and there were Japanese guys, and I was speaking English to them, and I was so surprised. And you know, you first Japanese guys who are not afraid to speak English and who are not hiding at their booth, you know, to prevent speaking in English. Because if you are walking around at in Tokyo at Nanotech Japan, people would just disappear from booth. They wouldn't be able to talk to you. So it was kind of funny, kind of scary, because I was walking with my partners and we had no chance to speak with anyone because they were just hiding. They were disappearing in front of us.
So how did you find a partner in the end if they were all
Some of them, they came to us. We had some meetings pre-booked, pre-negotiated already. And at the end, I have a friend of mine. He used to work at Czech Invest, Ondřej Votruba. I think you know him. So he was helping us to at least approach the companies and to start negotiation or start discussion. It's very important to have someone who speaks Japanese.
So the governmental support or the assistance from the governmental institutions was quite instrumental for you.
Oh sure, yeah, definitely. In order building the booth, taking care of everything, and then with translation, because Ondřej was also helping us to translate our slides, basic information. So if somebody is going to Nanotech those years, I always tell them, have everything translated in Japanese, otherwise you will be standing there alone. And it works.
It's also said that the Japanese have quite high commitment to quality compared maybe to other nations. Did you observe anything like that? Any specific challenge maybe during the projects with Panasonic or the other companies?
I don't know, it's hard to say. Our materials are so unique, so I think they are not able to specify their requirements because they need to first learn to understand those materials. They need to explore it from the beginning, to find out its structure, its properties, and whether it will work for their application or not. They are quite open, I think because of the economic recession back in 2008, Japanese market was forced to open to the world and to search for partners outside of Japan. And the people who are in charge of this collaboration, they are more open and they are more, we say, European minding. They are not as closed as normal Japanese, as I would say.
And how did you finance the whole project? Was it from...
Já měl jenom paměťovku, vy jste skončili.
Yeah, jasně.